Plains of Eidolon. The Plains of Eidolon is Warframe's very first open world and it's located on Earth. You will first arrive in small village of Cetus, home to the Ostrons. These peaceful people have lived beside the massive plains for generations, surviving despite constant Grineer attacks. During the day, the plains are filled with wildlife, Grineer outposts, and bounty objectives. Kanzu, one of the Ostrons, offers bounties that send you across the map completing different objectives for standing, resources, and rewards. Like every open world, you will also be able to fish for unique fish species, mine ores and rare gems, capture wildlife for conservation, and collect plants and crafting materials. But the plains become truly unique once the sun goes down. Gigantic sentient creatures known as the Eidolons awaken. These towering bosses require operators, amp weapons, and coordinated squads to defeat. Hunting Eidolons eventually becomes one of Warframe's biggest endgame activities and is the primary way of earning powerful arcanes. Orb Vallis. Orb Vallis is located on Venus. Unlike the natural landscapes of Earth, Orb Vallis is an enormous frozen valley controlled almost entirely by the Corpus. Here you will meet the Solaris United, a resistance movement made up of workers whose bodies has been heavily augmented by Corpus technology. They secretly fight against Nef Anyo and hope to one day free Fortuna from Corpus control. Just like the plains, Orb Vallis features bounties, mining, fishing, and conservation. However, it also introduces several brand new systems. This is where you will unlock K-drives, allowing you to race across the massive frozen landscape. Orb Vallis is also home to kit guns, modular secondary and primary weapons that players can customize from different parts. Later on, you will even unlock customizable Moa companions. Of course, no discussion of Orb Vallis will be complete without mentioning the Orb Mothers. These gigantic robotic spider bosses are among the largest enemies in Warframe and provide some of the game's most rewarding boss fights. Cambion Drift. Cambion Drift takes place on Deimos. Instead of forests or frozen valleys, almost everything here has been completely consumed by the infestation. The entire landscape feels alive. You will meet the Entrati family, one of the last surviving Orokin bloodlines, each member suffering from their own unique infested mutations. As you complete bounties and increase your standing, you will slowly rebuild your relationship with the family while uncovering more of Deimos' ancient history. Cambion Drift still includes familiar activities like fishing, mining, and conservation, but every one of them has an infested twist. You will catch strange infested fish, mine organic minerals growing from living walls, and even hunt down bizarre infested wildlife. The biggest reward, however, is the Necromech. This massive Orokin war machine eventually becomes mandatory for progressing through later cinematic quests, making Cambion Drift one of the most important locations in the entire game. Duviri. Rather than taking place in the origin system, the Duviri exists inside the void. Instead of primarily controlling your Warframe, you will spend much of your time playing as a drifter, exploring the mysterious kingdom ruled by Dominus Trax. The entire world constantly changes depending on Trax's emotional state. One day, Duviri may be calm and beautiful. The next, it may become hostile and unstable. This emotional cycle changes the environment, enemies, and available activities every time you visit. Duviri also introduces several completely new gameplay systems. You will ride your own horse-like companion called the Kate, earn temporary upgrades called Degrees that make every run feel different, and fight using both traditional Warframe combat and drifter melee combat. Perhaps Duviri's biggest long-term reward is the circuit. The circuit gives players randomized Warframes and weapons every run, allowing both new and veteran players to experiment with equipment they may not own. Even more importantly, Steelpath Circuit rewards Incarnate adapters, some of the strongest weapon upgrades currently available in Warframe. For many veterans, Duviri has become a weekly activity because of these powerful rewards. Thank you for watching.